Rogers, and I'm here to teach you some more Japanese using Skyrim. I took the advice of somebody on my YouTube comments and decided that I'm going to try to focus today's Skyrim translation of Japanese Skyrim, number 8, in order to... I just noticed the little videos that are down there. That's a good video to have. Anyway, sorry about that, everybody. YouTube is what YouTube is. So, I'm going to be focusing on a specific grammar point and finding videos online, or I'm going to be focusing on that grammar point in the Skyrim number 8 video that I made last week. As we go through, remember that the subject's going to be kind of this reddish color. The objects are going to be the bluish color. Complements are kind of an orangish color. Something is something. The green color is going to be reserved for verbs, and purple is generally for those things modifying verbs. Adverbs is what we generally call them. And I hope that this will be helpful. Today, I'm kind of going over te-iru, the verb form of a, the te form of a verb, followed by iru, imas, and that generally means currently doing or continuously doing. It can also kind of mean happening in the current will be doing is another translation of that. Yeah, let's just do that. Currently doing. Obviously we can have the polite form of this, which would be te imas and things like that. So it could be verb form te-iru and verb form te imas. It means something is currently happening or is continuously being done, or that in the future somebody will be doing something. Or when, for the record, when spoken, whoop, there we go. We have zoom in capabilities. When it's spoken, the e form is the e is sometimes dropped. This little e right here is oftentimes left out, and you just say it really quickly, like tabeteru, tabeteru. So if you ever come across a verb that has teru at the end and you can't find it in a dictionary, that's likely the problem that you're having. I saw a few posts on this on Reddit lately. I also want to focus on how there's a lack of a subject or an object in sentences that we're going to be translating today, so be aware of that. Also, transitive, intransitive pairs. This is sort of the door opens versus the door is open. Notice how those are the same verb, but they're operating in different fashions. Okay, and then also we're going to have the O particle showing direct object. That shouldn't really be there, just because it's so obvious. I hope, for everybody watching. Excuse my snort. Alright, so if we go to a few examples inside the game, we're going to be at 4:55. You can follow along or just watch me. Loading, loading. At 4:55, we're gonna have up here hozon shitemasu. Hozon shitemasu. Alright, so just like I just said, hozon shitemasu, that's the computer telling me hozon shite imasu. Notice how that's the te form of the verb suru, shimasu, and imasu is following after it, which translates to conserve, preserve, and that means that it's currently doing that. So it's currently saving. It's in the process of saving. In the process of saving. That is the computer informing me that it is saving the game as we speak. Check it out. See? Hozon shitemasu. We are saving. It is saving. I am saving. That's what's going on right there. Alright, so that's basically just how this te-imasu works. Now, at 53:41, we have another example of this when we talk to this lady, and she wants to tell us about, and we're going to ask them what they're selling. What is it that you sell? So she's blobbing about stuff, and then notice what I click. It says, Donna mono o utteru nda. Notice, this is the te-iru form, but there's no e there. That's because it's dropped off, just like I just got done telling you. The te-iru can be, the e and the te-ru can be dropped off, and you will be left with something like this. This nda at the end of the sentence is what's called the extended predicate. It's also just called, it's a no da at the end. It basically just translates to you're explaining something, or you're demanding some information, or it's kind of a vague translation, but it basically translates to it is that. Dona, for those of you familiar with the Kosoado series, this is the nna ending. Konna, sonna, anna translates to kind of, and do means what, so what kind of. What kind of, oops, I must be moving that highlighted. What kind of mono? Mono means thing, tangible stuff, objects. What kind of stuff? Oh, so that's the object of the sentence, like I said earlier. Utteru, be currently selling, in a state of selling, continuously selling. Nda, what is it? So, what kind of stuff are you selling? So this is an example of the shortened version, like I just got done saying. Te-iru. The actual way to write this is te-iru or utemasu. Uru, urimasu, sell. This is to sell. Utteru, to be selling. Utteru, be in a continuation form of selling. Notice how she's might not be selling things right now, but she's in the state of being willing to sell things. Japanese verbs do operate a little bit differently than English verbs. And then this nda at the end translates to is it. Notice how is da. It's the plain form of des. It is what this no. This is secretly a no particle, but we're not. Oh, I guess it's not orange anymore. Okay. Well, anyway. Whoop. Okay. There we go. It's secretly the no. It's actually the no particle being used as a noun, and we have a verb in front of it in the noun. But we don't need to get into that. So utterunda. So what is it that you're selling? What kind of stuff is it that you're selling? What kind of stuff is it that you're selling? So what are you selling? That's kind of how this translates to. So what is it that you're selling? I might be looking to buy a few things. Donomono utterunda. We don't have audio of this because it's me it's the Dragonborn asking the question, so unfortunately they don't actually say it. But you can listen to her blab on for a little bit. So anyway, she's talking about how Erland Greymane's great. Alright, we'll move on to the next thing that I made. At 5:10, we have what's going on at 5:10? Alright, let's see what we have at 5:10. We're talking to this prisoner. Let's go over a few stuff that isn't just the te-iru form right now, just so that when we hear him talk, we can see it. So we're talking to the prisoner inside the jail, and I'm trying to get him to tell me where some guy named Kamatsu is. So wake ate. Wake means excuse and a reason. Then ate means I have. You can look up on evanseasyjapanese.com. If you just go to individual grammar lessons, and you go to te form combinations, you'll see verb lesson number 5, the te form. It kind of talks about what the te form actually means, and you'll see that it's us in a situation. So having a reason, somebody is kematsu o sagashiteru. Kematsu is the guy's name. Sagashiteru. Sagasu means to search for, to be in pursuit of. Kematsu o sagashiteru. Be currently doing / a continuous action. I'm in a state of searching. What are we searching for? We're searching for kematsu. Excuse me, I had to burp. So for whatever reason, somebody is searching for kematsu. It's me talking, so the subject is naturally going to be the Dragonborn. So let's just go and check this out. Wakiate kematsu sagashiteru doko ni kakureteru nda. So we didn't get to that sentence yet. But that's what's happening. This is a te-iru form of sagasu. Sagasu is to search, or to search in the future, or to search for. Sagashite-iru is to be searching. This tells us what we're searching for, because it's the object, it's the o particle, so I'm searching for kematsu. And wakiate is just saying for some reason. You know, I got reasons, I'm looking for kematsu. For an unspecified reason. Then, since it's Dragonborn talking, we make her the subject. I am searching for kematsu. The next sentence, doko, where? Doko ni, at what location? At what location? Doko ni kakureteru. Kakureru is to hide. It means, this is literally be hiding, as in somebody is hiding. Or is to be hidden. Something is hidden. Wait, let me make sure I have this right before I go on. Doko kakureteiru. Yeah. So, just really quickly, we'll go to EJJE to make sure I'm not screwing something up. Kakureru. Hide oneself, to conceal oneself, to lurk. This is kind of strange. This is a transitive. This is the intransitive verb. It means something is happening on its own. This is the intransitive. So it's not like we're doing an action. This is something is hidden. Something is hidden. This is an intransitive pair. Or this is the intransitive transitive pair. So if we have the verb kakusu, kakusu, which is to hide something, like I hid my brother's toy. But kakureru, just like I was talking about with the door, either you open the door or the door is open. Kakureru means to something is hiding, something is hidden. So where is it that he's hiding? Notice that that is not an notice that is not really an action. That is just a state of being. And so the doko gets a ni particle, not a de particle, because ni tells us place of inaction, places of things that aren't actually action. The de particle, however, shows us that something is actually happening, an action is taking place. Because kakureteru means something is in hiding, that is not an action, that is a state of being. Thus, doku ni kakureteru. Where is it that he's hiding? Where is he hidden? Might be a better translation. Where is he hidden? Once again, we have this nda at the end, which just means where is it? Or is it, you know, where is it that he's in hiding? So maybe he's hidden might be a better way of translating this. Slash in a state of hiding. Where is it that he's hidden? Where is it that Kematsu is in a state of hiding? Notice I have to add a subject in English. We need subjects in English and Japanese. It's understood since I'm talking about Kematsu. So that's why it says doku ni kakureteru. Doku ni kakureteru. Then there's sassy Akuriru no Shujin, which is a prisoner. Akuriru no Shujin gets saucy with me.
I'm searching for Kematsu. Where is he hiding?
So that was me talking in the YouTube video. Let's go on to the next one. I think it's actually just the same conversation. Sono na o shitteru nara, or ijo. So na is name. Shiru, this is to know something. Ijo means more than, or as little as, nothing less than. So it means that there's definitely more than something. So verb ijo is a strange combination that translates to if or so much as. So sono na o, sono name, that name. So this is the Kosodo series. Kono, this thing, this noun, that noun. That noun over there, or dono noun, is that other thing over there. So this is sono, which is that name. Sono na, that name, o shiteru. Notice, I want to point something out. Shiru? Oh, I typed this wrong. Sorry, that should not be suru. That is shiru. This is to know something. Now notice, it's in the te-iru form. I want to point something out. The reason why it's te-iru is not because you currently know something. I mean, that you currently know something. That is what it does mean, but think about that for a second. If you currently know something now, then you're going to know it in 10 minutes, you're going to know it in 5 minutes. You exist in a state of knowing, of learned, of having learned in the past, or having, or you know, knowing. Something to that effect. You exist in a state of know. This is an odd thing for English speakers to get your head around. It looks like I got 3 viewers, so that's good that you guys can hear this now. This te-iru form is literally saying you exist in a state of previously knowing. Like, I know the name, and I exist as such. I know the name, and I exist as such. You know the name, and I exist as such. So when you see in your textbooks, or when you're self-studying, or when you're studying with me, we shorten this to currently doing, but I really want to emphasize the fact that this could easily be exist, whoa, I got the caps lock on, exist in a state of previously verbing, which is odd. So because you verbed, so I verbed, and now I exist. So I exist as a verb individual, somebody who has verbed. Something exists verbingly. I like that translation. Exists verbingly. That's a fun thing to say. So that's clearly not a word in English. Oops, I must have added another page on accident when I did that. So just because you know something currently, it means that you knew it in the past as well, and you exist in that state. This is a tricky thing to get your head around, but this is how verbs work in Japanese. The verb is a switch from, so you went from not knowing something, and now you do know something. There was a second where, oh, I understand something. You know that, like, you know in the pictures how there's always that light bulb that goes off in the cartoons, ding, and the guy like understands physics or something like that, or they get a great idea. So you went from being dark and then ding, you know something. So when you suddenly ding knew that thing, you continuously know that thing, and you exist in a state of knowing that thing. It's not like you currently know it. It's not like you're acting upon knowledge. It's that you exist in a state of having previously switched on the understanding. Tricky thing to get your head around, but just be aware that that is a translation for te-iru. Let's continue on. Sono na o shitteru ijo. So this ijo, like I just said, if or so much as. So if you know that name, if you know that name, he's talking about Kematsu's name. If you know Kematsu's name, notice sono na is the subject, is the thing that we quote-unquote currently know, that we exist in a state of knowing. And then this ijo is just affecting shiteru, which is like if you know that name. So if you know that name, I didn't bother translating the rest of the video because I wanted to keep this on point, but basically what it says is if you know that name, then you know that you're gonna die or something like that. So it says sono na o shitteru ijo kare no aeba inochi o tosu. So you know that you're gonna die if you know him or something like that. We also have a wakatteru, which is what we're gonna jump into on the next screen. Once again, I want to talk about how some verbs naturally don't get or can be continuous. Verbs are sometimes naturally continuous, like wakaru. If you understand something, you will continuously understand that thing. At no point will I ever, I mean, unless I get Alzheimer's, which is a terrible disease, I feel bad for everybody, and I don't mean it lightly, but, you know, when I get Alzheimer's, I might forget Japanese. So, if you understand something now, generally, you're going to continuously understand that thing. So the idea of continuously doing something already exists in verbs. Like, think about des. This is a table. He's not continuously being a table, although that is technically what des means. Because if you remember my videos, it does actually mean de arimasu, which is the te form of, you know, being, and then arimasu is to exist in a state of. So technically, this is a te-imasu form. Anyway, des doesn't ever get a te-iru. There's no there's no arimasu. Arimasu is also to exist in a state of. Iru is also to exist in the state of. These verbs are just examples that don't get a te-iru form. However, wakarimasu does get a te-iru form in this situation, te-iru. So he says, otosu koto ni naru to wakatteru hazu da. So it should, you probably know that if you know that name, you should know that if you meet him, you're going to be dead. Inochi ga otosu, you're going to be dead. So he's using wakatteru as kind of like, it translates to I know, like a bratty kid. Like, I got it, jeez. You know you have a lesson today, wakatteru yo! I got it! God, shut up, Mom! That's how this sort of gets translated. So, he's using it as like, well then you should know that, blah 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 blah. You should know that. God, don't you know that? It's kind of the way that this wakatteru is coming off. So I wanted to point out also that wakatteru has a weird meaning to it that's special specifically to wakatteru. I hope that helps for you. Anyway, oh sorry, wakaru, wakarimasu is to know, to understand. I hope that you guys, if I don't translate, you can look down here and see that. Okay, so I know, God, I already know that, Mom, shut up, God. It's kind of how this wakatteru works. Okay, let's move on to 1924. I'm not going to translate this, but I do want to listen to this. This was hilarious. I didn't realize that Skyrim is so vulgar. At 1924, there's literally a dude talking about how some lady that he's been having relations with, apparently, is claiming that a kid that he thinks is not his is hers, or is his, and that he owes her money. I guess it starts out before 1924. Let's go to here and let's listen to this fun sentence. Let's translate it first. So I'm just going to translate this. I'm not going to go into the grammar. Ano shobaijo or shobai o name. Shobai is basically a whore. Sorry for those of you who have sensitive intellectual feelings about this. So shobai is literally like business, selling, and then woman, so a woman who sells themselves. And then me we throw at the end of it. Here I am describing the grammar. Me we throw at the end of something to be like, I hate that thing, so yarome or something like that, you bastard. Ano kodomo, that kid, wa betsu no dareka no. So betsu is like another, and then dareka is anybody, and then no is ownership. So that kid has to be somebody else's. Kintos kane o seshime. So what's that? This is a new verb for me. I have it down here. Seshimeru. Kane o seshimeyou to shitemo. Even if she tries to swindle that money, murada. It's pointless. She won't be able to swindle money out of me. That whore, that kid's someone else's. It's hopeless if she attempts to swindle money from me. Is kind of how that's going. I thought this was hilarious that this happens in Skyrim. So I wanted to let us all regale in the horribleness that is happening here. Oh yeah, he even says "ore kara," so from me. Yeah. So what the words he's saying is actually a bit different than the subtitles. And that's me in the video laughing at what I just heard. Guys talking about alimony. Then for all of you out there who think that men shouldn't behave this way, I'd proceed to murder him. I'm the collection agent. I think I'd let him wail on me for a while because I want to upgrade my armor spell, or my armor skill. Anyway, that's a hilarious thing that I saw, and I figured that I would show that to you guys. All right, here we go. Next one, 4741. We're talking to Kamatsu. All right. The waterfall is kind of loud, but anyway, what happens is that he says, "Doshite sadia o otteru." O is a verb, oimas, is to follow, to pursue, to trail. Doshite is why. So why is it? Why? Sadia is the person. This is the quest where the Red Guard woman in, Whiterun tells you that she's being punted by a bunch of Red Guards from Hammerfell, and you're like, oh, save me! Then you go out there and either kill them or hand her over. And then I'm gonna ask. My character asks, the Dragonborn says, "Doshite Sadia o Otteru?" Why are you guys trailing Sadia? Why are you guys following Sadia? Why are you pursuing Sadia? Once again, te-iru, the te form plus iru is currently pursuing or existing in a state of previously having begun searching for. Holy crap! I got 4 viewers. If you guys got questions, feel free to type them out, and I'll be able to read them. So here's the thing: Doshite Sadia o Otteru. We don't get an audio of it, but you know it does exist in the game. You can see that it's real Japanese. Oh, sorry. The thing before that is "Omae o kuroshi ni kitanda." That's "I came here to kill you." Oops. Oh, once again we wakataru. Omae ga naze koku ni iru wakataru. I understand why you're here. Omae you ga naze why koku ni iru why you're here. Ka why so that makes it into a clause and. Why you're here, wakateru. I understand. I know why you're here. God, I know why you're here. I know why you're here. Nobody has to die. Put down your weapons. I won't have my people kill you. So, omae o sugashi ni kita. I've come to kill you. Omae o is to kill. You, kuroshi is kill. So the stem plus nikuru is come to do. Doshite sadia o otteru. That's the sense that we want right there. I click on that and he talks about how the lady's doing bad stuff. Anyway, that's the sentence. Doshite sadia o otteru. So it's a question. Why do you exist in a state of beginning a pursuit of Sadia? Beginning a pursuit of Sadia. So why are you pursuing Sadia? It's basically how that translates to. That laugh. Sorry, I laugh like a maniac. I hope I don't make you guys go deaf, Mr. Llamas. That's another reason to tune into Twitch when I'm doing this live. I know I go kind of sporadically, but you can ask me questions if you don't understand something. So please ask questions. Alright, we're on to the next one. This one's a pretty compounded sentence. We got Karera wa ikedori ni shite modore... Oh, sorry. Tsuremodosu koto o nozonderu. You see that I have 2 shades of green and I have a shade of red that's really deep and I have a shade of blue that's really deep. The actual sentence is Karera wa koto o nozonderu. That's the actual sentence. Karera wa, kare means they. The ra makes it plural, so karera, they is like more plural. Kare, he. Kare means he actually, sorry. Kare means he. Or, you know, like she. Third person. This is the third person pronoun. And the ra makes it plural. So karera, they. Nozonderu is the verb for desire. So they are in a state of previously beginning desiring. So they desire. They are desiring. They desire stuff. Intangible stuff. Intangible stuff is what koto is. I don't have it in here. That's pronounced koto. Oh, it's not a kanji, so koto. What is this intangible stuff? It's being modified by all this. Karera wa ikedori ni suru is to take alive. Ikedori ni shite, taking somebody alive. Tsure modosu is to bring back, to bring them back. So they desire / are demanding that somebody take Sadia alive and bring her back. So this is a little bit, you need a little bit of context here, but they desire that we take her alive and bring her back. So this blue here is for the sentence. This sentence right here is, actually it's two sentences, because you see we have two verbs. Ikedori ni shite, tsure modosu. Technically it's three verbs, 1, 2, 3, 4. I meant 4, and there's a fifth one there. Anyway, ikedori ni shite, take her alive. Tsure modosu, bring her back. Koto, so the bringing of her back alive, they desire. They desire. Koto just means the nouning, the verbing. The bringing her back alive. They desire the bringing her back alive. These are action verbs. Modosu is a transitive partner, which means that there is an action occurring. Thus, there's an unspecified subject here, which is we. They are demanding that we bring her back alive. They desire that we take her back alive and bring her back. It's kind of an odd sentence. Okay, so once again, te-imasu, te-imasu. This is a te form of nozomimasu, nozomimasu, nozomu. Once again, if you don't know how to, Evans is Japanese. If you don't know how to do te forms, I have a video on te forms. You can either go to the te form combinations and click on the actual te form. Ta-da! And that'll be good for you. And let's see if we got one more. Oh, sorry, let's actually listen to that. Where is that? That's 4753. 47. Oh, so it'll be soon. Oh, he's talking about how she backstabbed some rich families, and then the rich families found out about her betrayal, and that's why they're hunting her down. So that's why the karera, these are the tanesu. That was the family that's demanding it. Hoka no kizoku, so the other families came knowledge of the backstabbing. Oh no, I ran away the wrong way. No, come back. Oh no, I'm so sorry everyone that's watching me. I'm totally a noob. What is it, 4753? Alright, there we go. Ano onna wa toboshita. That woman fled, ran away. Toboshita, toubou shita. Karera wa ikedori ni shite tsure modosu koto o nozonderu. Get your ear holes ready. Let's hear it up. One more time. Did you hear it? Let's hear it one more time, because we're that sussy. Karera wa. They talk fast. One more time. Karera wa ikedori ni shite tsure modosu koto nozonderu. That is native Japanese hitting you like a truck. Alright, and then I think we got one more sentence, if I'm not mistaken. God, do we have two more sentences? Oh my goodness, this is a long video. Anyway, it's chock full of examples. At 48, we got karera wa, we just did that one, karera they. Seigi is justice, seigi. Motometeru. Motomeru is to demand, to call for. Motomete-iru, they are currently doing, they exist in a state of doing. So they exist in a state of doing, of demanding justice. They demand justice. They are demanding justice. They demand justice. Karera wa seigi o motometeru. Karera wa seigi o motometeru. Alright, let's hear that. It's at 48. Karera wa seigi o motometeru. Hopefully you heard it. 彼らは正義を求めている. They exist in a state of demanding justice. 求める to demand. Alright, so that was a short one. That was easy. Alright, last sentence. あの女はお前を信用してる. So, 信用 is to believe, to trust in someone, to have confidence in. So, that woman, ano onna, we had sono earlier, but this is ano, because sono means talking to the person that you're talking. That's another video. Ano onna, that woman. They're talking about Sadia. Omae is you. Omae is you, blunt. He's being pretty blunt to me. He feels like he's a powerful man, and I should listen to him because he's using omae. Shinyo shiteru. So shinyo is to trust somebody or to believe in somebody, and then she exists in a state of doing that. This is another one of these examples of a verb that isn't currently happening. She exists in a state of beginning to believe me. She trusted me some time back, and she exists in that state. Once again, this isn't usually explained in many textbooks, so I hope that those of you watching are happy that you're getting this, because this is not generally talked about in a lot of textbooks online or textbooks in print. Iru means to exist in a state, and this is the state of something that happened in the past. So she switched from not trusting in me to bing! She started trusting in me in the past, and then because she did that, she exists in that state. So she has begun trusting me in the past and still does, is almost what this means. She began trusting me in the past and still does. So ano onna wa, that's the subject. This was who we're talking about. Technically she's not the subject, but she really is. Ano onna wa. Regarding that woman, she began trusting and exists in a state. So that woman trusts you. Notice in English we're not using is trusting. That doesn't really, I mean, that is accurate, but it's really weird. In English we just use trust. Or because it's a third person singular, we use trusts. But that doesn't exist in Japanese. She exists in a state of trusting me. Or you. Kematsu's talking to me, which is why it's a you. I hope you guys are following that. This is Kematsu talking. 4857. 4857. So, ano onna wa omae o shinyo shiteru. That woman is currently in the state of trusting you. Let's see if we can hear it. Ano onna wa omae o shinyo shiteru. Here it comes. Ano onna wa omae o shinyo shiteru. Ano onna wa omae o shinyo shiteru. I got my inflection a little bit off context. Alright, let's see if we can hear it. Here it comes. Did you hear it? I hope that was good listening practice for you. That is the last sentence of Japanese Skyrim number 8 that I was going to go through. Hopefully you enjoyed today's lesson, learning about the te-iru form. If you would like to learn more, check out my website, listen to my Skyrim podcasts. And if you'd like me to keep making these videos, comment on the YouTube comments or here in Twitch. Join me when I jump on. Subscribe to Twitch because you can actually come on and ask me questions. Nobody asked me a question today. They just said, "Dat laugh, Mr. Llamas." But yeah, please, it'd be great. If you'd like to encourage me to make more videos more often, it'd be great for this to start paying my bills. I really would enjoy getting donations. Thank you if you have donated in the past. Thank you if you will donate in the future. On YouTube, please subscribe. Like the video. Tell your friends. Get my audience up. I always look at the numbers to see how many people are there, and I'm always happy when the numbers get bigger and bigger. It's really fun. Lately, I've been getting a lot of hits on my videos compared to usual. And, hey, I'm all done. Have yourself a holly jolly day. See ya.